story to tell.
F-86 Sabre, a famous design known for its outstanding combat performance during the Korean War. First flown in 1947, the swept-wing Sabre was the United States military's first fighter to fly supersonic, in a dive. The F-86 was also built under license, and was in service with many air forces around the world. In Canada, the F-86 is known as the Canadair CL-13 Sabre, built under license from North American Aviation. The CL-13 was produced until 1958, and was used primarily by the Royal Canadian Air Force until it was replaced by the Canadian CF-104 in 1962. First flight of a Canadian Sabre was on August 9, 1950. Canadair produced 6 versions of the CL-13 Sabre. The sole Sabre Mk.1 was essentially the same as the North American Sabre F-86A. It had a General Electric J47-GE-13 turbojet of 23 kN thrust. The Sabre Mk.2 had the same engine, although after the first 20 aircraft were produced, the remainder of the production run was distinguished in having power-assisted controls and an all-flying tailplane. The sole Sabre Mk.3 was the first of the Canadian Sabres to use the Avro Canada and a turbojet. The Sabre Mk.4 retained the General Electric engine, and was destined for the Royal Canadian Air Force and was later passed on to other overseas air forces. The Sabre Mk.5 was the next production version, equipped with an Arenda 10 with 29 kN thrust. A change to the Arenda 14 with 33 kN powered the Sabre Mk.6. The Mk.6, with a more powerful version of the Arenda, is widely considered the best of all Sabres. It has a length of 11.44 meters, a wingspan of 11.31 meters, a height of 4.49 meters, an empty weight of 4.8 tons, and a maximum takeoff weight of 17.5 tons. It is powered by an Avro Canada Arenda 14 turbojet engine, with 32.36 kN of thrust. Mk.6 could reach a maximum speed of 1,122 km per hour at sea level, range was 2,384 km, service ceiling was 16,500 meters, and rate of climb was 61.2 meters per second. The last of the Canadair Sabres in front-line operation were in Pakistan, whose AM-9 Sidewinder-equipped Mk.6 models were the backbone of their air force during the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. These racked up an impressive victory ratio over their Indian counterparts, which lacked missiles. These were slowly phased out after 1971, with the last examples leaving combat service in 1980. The last Sabre, after being donated by the Pakistan Air Force, is now part of the permanent collection in the Western Canada Aviation Museum in Winnipeg, Manitoba. From 1950 to 1958, a total of 1,815 CL-13 Sabres were built at the Canadair plant in Montreal.